here, and welcome to the Sparks Show, where we got comedy, news, and two forgettable digs.
With Sparks.
You've got tiny wrists.
Pike.
Hates French toast and your children.
And you, the committee.
Yo, what up, fucker?
Subscribe now and become a committee member. Let's rock.
That's what I'm talking about.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning, boys. My God, have I looked for that clip and I cannot find it anywhere, dude.
Me neither. You got to get the movie. You got to watch the whole movie.
I'm just gonna have to
And
rip
then
it
cut
off.
it out.
Yeah,
Yeah. Fuck.
I know. It's a dude.
Hey, like we decided, it's a fun watch, though. It'd be worth watching again, don't you think?
I'd watch it again. I'd watch it again just for that little segment. If you don't know who we're talking about James Wood. Is it Wood or Woods?
Woods.
Okay,
Many
James
Woods.
James Woods. And he's got this line in the movie Olympus Has Fallen, White House Down. One of those two.
One of they're identical. Just one has Gerard Butler, one has Channing Tatum.
And one of them has James Woods. And he walks in. Pike, this is your clip. Tell us what happens. It goes, what?
So the whole White House is like crumbling, and James Woods is the bad guy, and so Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx, they're like hiding in this kind of like manhole picture, and all of a sudden the top of the manhole lid rips off, and you see James Woods pop up, and he goes, "Good morning, boys." He's supposed to be like, now he's gonna kill him, but first he had to throw in a cocky "Good morning, boys."
Oh,
It wasn't even morning.
oh, so good. You know what I'll do? I think I'll just take James Woods' face and I'll just put your mouth over his, and we'll just do the whole, the whole "I'm finished" thing that we do here on the show. It'll just be James Woods.
I'm finished. Oh, perfect. I would like that. Because I have a feeling that I've exaggerated so much over the years that the actual clip is just him saying, "Good morning, boys." And that's not as fun.
Still, that's now the way we say hello to each other here on the show. Good morning, boys. So good morning to you, Boot, who says, yo, good old Boot is here. I love it. The Lost Cat is here. The Lost Cat says, hello, boys.
Good morning, boys.
Yes. Also, he says, finally we meet again. Jesus Christ. I know. It's the one show a week deal that we're doing now. Although there might be something in the works that we're working on something. All right. We're working on something here, but we're already technically doing 2 shows a week already, because we're doing 5 on Friday, every single Friday as well. So if you haven't jumped on the Patreon, now is the perfect time to plug the Patreon. So jump on there, because
Patreon.com/Sparks Radio.
it's a whole other podcast. It's a whole other show that you're getting on the Patreon, right? The bonus content, the special stuff, the cool voting features, all the stickers, all this goodies. All right. All the goodies. But then you also get the podcast, which is dope. All right. So jump on there. Thank you. Shout out to the committee. Shout out to members of the special committee for getting on the whole thing. And look, I was planning on doing this a little bit later in the show, but I'll do it now. First of all, real quick, let's burn off a dollar llama, since that always seems to bite me in the ass here. There it goes. All right. While the dollar llama's paused, let's give a shout out to the committee, because good old Joe has signed up. I was going to say his last name, but maybe he wants to say anonymous. Joe, Dollar Llama.
Dollar Llama.
Yeah.
There it is.
He is the latest member of the special committee. So thank you so much. Shout out to Joe. We got another one, Pike. Another committee member.
Joe Blow. No, that's not nice. Joe, I love it.
Joe,
how many more?
What?
How many more till I can quit? What number do we have for that? Not the show.
Yeah, I think we're in
all my other.
Yeah, you want to quit all the real jobs for this, whatever the hell we call this. I don't know. It depends on what your monthly budget is, but It's not out of the realm of possibility because let me just say, there's far shittier shows out there. I know, hard to believe, but there are shittier shows out there that have more patrons on their Patreon that have quit their jobs and have done this full time. I know.
What's the trick?
Dude, I don't know. I'll probably have a more of a niche. I don't know. We have comedy and finance. I don't know. Is that we're the only show in this space. I have no idea how else we could go more niche.
What's a super specific third thing we could do? Comedy, finance, and gluten-free fucking Super Bowl appetizers.
That'd be one hell. We would own the market on certain types of dips. There would be, and very affordable, hilarious dips. That would be the show. It'd be, oh man. Can't wait.
Come February, we'd be fucking huge.
Oh yeah, dude.
God.
The show would just make all its money in 1 week. It'd be absolutely amazing. So hey, shout out to Joe for joining the special committee. We got a good one today, Pike. That over there is my non-financial advisor / co-host at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media. You can always catch him on the radio as well on beautiful, sunny Orlando, Florida. How's it going in Orlando, Pike? How is it there?
It's good. We got a little taste of heat recently that I keep hearing about it. It's humid, hot, and it will be like 93. And I will say it hasn't been so bad. You're in and out. You go into work, go to your car. Yeah, it's hot for a second. Otherwise, you go to the beach and it's fucking perfect. So it's nice.
Yeah. I'm telling you, anyone who complains about heat, soft. They're soft.
I think so too.
Yeah.
They're spoiled is what they are.
Oh,
they
100%. Yeah. You complain about heat where you live, soft, bro. Okay? You live in the place where the elderly go to on purpose. Like that's where they find it enjoyable. So old people are like, oh, a little reprieve from my past life, Go to the cold. Yeah. Old people die. That's how it works. They just wilt away and snap.
Yeah, the life expectancy here is much higher than anywhere else. Native Floridians are the worst. Fuck, I can't. If I wasn't born and raised here, I'd be out of here. Or if I didn't have a kid, shut up.
Yeah,
where are you going?
Shut up.
Huh? Where are you going?
I don't want to hear it. The Lost Cat says the trick is 5 shows per week. Well, we were doing that. Oh. We were doing that, the Lost Cat. And look, in retrospect, it was a lot. It was probably too much. And I know that because of 2 things. 1, we were going to burn the fuck out, and we don't want to do that. And then 2, the numbers show it. Most people couldn't keep up with the amount of content we were pumping out. So we're dialing it back. But there might, like I said, we're working on something. There might be more shows coming in the future. The fact that you want 5 shows a week, The Lost Cat, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But it's a lot. It is a lot.
If you could just clone yourself like 20,000 times, that would be perfect.
I know. Actually, you know what? Let's bring this up before we get any farther, Pike. I got to ask you something. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
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 If you cloned yourself,
okay,
what crime would you commit now that you had a perfect alibi?
How does cloning myself give me a perfect alibi?
Oh, I wasn't there, officer. It couldn't be me. 30 people in the grocery store and the CCTV says I was here looking at aguacates, right? You're sitting there squeezing avocados. Meanwhile, someone who looks, talks, walks like Pike is murdering someone. Conundrum. Oof. What it is your clone standing. What crime would you commit now that you had a perfect, airtight alibi?
What would be the most fun that I would have the least amount of guilt about?
Yeah.
Killing somebody. I think no matter how much I hated that person, eventually I would convince myself that it was a shitty thing to do. Years down the road. But god damn, I'd start to imagine that person would have like turned their life around, and God, maybe we would have become friends.
I like how you just said, God dang it. Like you forgot to shut the garage door. Ah, God dang it. I murdered that guy 6 years ago. Probably shouldn't have done that. Yeah.
No. Sexual assault would not be one I would do. Just to
that's instant guilt. You know, I feel like that's right up there with murder.
Yeah. I'd maybe go around asking.
Well, you got to go with like, what like you'd have a threesome with your clone? Hold on a second. I'm just processing that now. Is that what you're saying? You're like, hey, look.
No. Only one of me.
Oh, okay. It's got to be like a white collar crime. It's got to be like, hey, tax evasion, I mean, that kind of thing. Or hey,
you're right.
Shell company money laundering.
Yeah, I think your best bet is trying to get out of it with some money.
Yeah.
Or destroying property. That could be fun. Like with no injuries. But like if you think of the person you wanted to kill, just destroy their business or something like that. But then, God, then they get insurance money and all that.
Doesn't matter.
It's just true. Sometimes people a lot of times come out better when that shit happens,
God, I would not want to be your enemy, Pike. You're like, I would burn down your building, but it would be even worse for me, not you.
Yeah. Okay, I would just try to rob. I would rob somebody.
Whoa!
Like a height.
Like a
not
person
a bank.
who deserved it. You're saying like you do your research and be like, yeah, this guy, he's making money off the backs of hardworking Americans, right? And he's not giving anything in return. You'd go and like Ocean's 11 that dude. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. If Clone Me dies, does that have any effect on me? I don't want him to die.
It is another person. It's like murder.
I don't want him to die.
All right.
Like
I think you're just too true. You're too true of a person.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's my worst quality.
You'd have your clone and you'd be like, I can finally play 2-player on my PS4 that I bought. Oh, God. I'm so excited. All right. Yeah. Here you go, dude.
Oh. Dude, we could give each other hand jobs. It'd be great. The clone and I. Like a Dutch runner simulation. But with yourself. It's no different than masturbating. Okay.
I think it's a lot different. It's not your hand. It's definitely another person's hand.
That's the glorious part about it.
No, it's not glorious.
No, it is because it's you.
But it's
just
not
the same.
really you. It's different.
It's different in that you can now put your hands behind your head and kind of relax. You don't have to do any of the work.
You are much more like a free sexual person. Sexually, even hypothetical. I am like a pensive, tense, rigid. No, you know what I mean? It's my repressed Catholic upbringing just shines right through. I mean, it's just like, man.
I guess. Dude, have some fun. Finished. Imagine another you sitting down.
No, I wouldn't want that. Dude, you kidding me? I don't want that at all.
It's weird. It is a weird thing.
It's not just weird. Dude, I even like seeing myself in the mirror. It's just like some weird. Yeah, dude, it's disgusting. I'm gross. Yeah. Like, I know who I am. Like, just put me in a closet. You know what I mean? Just like shut me off from the world. That kind of thing. Like when you're sitting there and you're going, you don't want anybody walk. I don't want anyone. You know what I mean? I consider that medication to act normal in the world. You're like, I gotta go take my medicine here, or else, gotta go let the demons out for a minute, and I gotta go. I'll be back. Yeah. I'll be back like a normal human being in about 10 minutes.
10?
I don't know. I just made up a number. 30.
Yeah.
You're the one with the tarp.
30?
You weirdo.
30. I was thinking the other way. All right. Hey, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you had a roast about, if you got roasted,
Oh, yeah.
like Comedy Central style,
Yeah.
what do you think the number one thing people would go after is? Since we're digging into your insecurities.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it'd be like the lack of a personality. Honestly, think it would be hard to roast me because I have no discerning characteristics. To a fault.
But that's not true. Lack of person.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
a
dude.
big time radio host. What do you?
No, I'm not.
Lack of personality.
I'm a guy in his parents' basement. Big time radio host.
Okay.
Well, I gotta show you around this place. I got a chair. I have a computer that I still haven't moved this computer yet. I mean, it's still sitting there. Yeah, no, definitely not a big time radio host over here.
In a past life, you have been, and you
Yeah,
will
but
be
still,
again.
I have. It's very, yeah. No, in terms of roastability, I think I'm horrible at roasting. I think it would be like how bland, vanilla, that kind of thing. I think that would be it, and it wouldn't be a good roast. I wouldn't be a good person to roast.
I think people. I could find some things.
Oh, I'm sure I have a million insecurities that people can make fun of.
No, it doesn't have to be like physical. It could be how much better looking your wife is. Like something like that. Like really dig in.
Oh, okay, so this is how we're gonna start. All right, got it. Yeah, sure. My wife ended up with a lagoon creature. Fine, got it. Yeah. She's perfect in every way except for clearly eyesight. I understand that is a part of her. Yeah, she's got very poor. She's very.
Listen, hey, this isn't a roast. Settle. It was just a hypothetical.
Oh no,
I'm in the same situation, dude.
I love getting roasted. If you can make fun of me,
now I've upset you.
You have definitely not upset me at all. My wife, it's almost like a different species. Like I was saying, like it is like when she like brushes her hair or talks or laughs, it's like there's an aura about her. And when I do it, it's like, it's like this fucking gremlin like creature. It's like, oh man.
No.
Yeah. No, that's how I see it. And I'm being honest.
Okay. Well, it's more of a compliment to her because in no way are you a gremlin.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. The Lost Cat says, shit, missed you fuckers. Yeah, I missed you too. There you go. The Lost Cat. What about you? What would they roast you about?
Geez, I don't know. Probably my hairy arms and legs.
You always talk about the bags under your eyes. It's not a big deal. You don't have bags.
It is a big deal. Okay.
What a weird, dude, every time you say that, I'm like, what a weird fucking thing to hone in on. Like, I don't see it, dude. I don't see it. And you're always like,
dude, they're
these goddamn bags under my eyes. Going on a trip with those bags? Like, I'm like, dude, I have no idea what you're fucking honing in on. Yeah, it's crazy.
Look at them. They're big. They're ridiculous.
Why don't you stop?
They're aging faster than any other part of my body.
Dude.
That's for sure.
They're your goddamn eyeballs in your head. Look, this is my eyeball. I'm poking my eyeball underneath my eyelid. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it sucks because it's what people look at when they talk to you. Normally, if you have some sort of abnormality, you can tell when somebody's looking at it because they kind of have to like jaunt their eyes away. This way, they're looking at it the whole time, and I have no idea.
Yeah. So if someone looks you in the eye, you're like, they're looking at my bags. I know what they're doing.
Yeah. It's a living hell.
Yeah. It's almost like you need a
tattoo.
You got to get a tattoo in your forehead area here. And then they'll be like, eyes up here, buddy. Look at my fucking face tattoo. Because this is where you should be.
Yeah.
That's good. So you sympathize with women because they're like, hey, stop looking at the east. Come on. My eyes are up here. Except for you, your eyes are just a little bit higher.
Yeah. Up, little up. There you go. Yeah.
Ah, too funny, dude. Absolutely. All right. Well, there you go. There's our
I'm finished.
our mock roast. My God, dude, let me tell you this right now. We got a hell of a show planned for you today here. Sparks likes aguacate. Yes, I do. Oh, that's avocado in Spanish. That's how you say it.
Isn't avocado Spanish?
No, avocado's not Spanish.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Aguacate.
I just had an avocado. Interesting.
Bomb. They're so good.
How interesting.
How
that
interesting.
I had just had one.
Thanks, Pike.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Fucking riveting. Today on the show, speaking of absolutely fucking riveting subjects, Doge versus Bitcoin. Which will win? I want you at the top of this segment, I want you to tell me, who do you think's going to win? Dogecoin or Bitcoin? Then what we're going to do is we're going to spit some facts, some knowledge. We're going to do a little bit of a deep dive on them because I keep getting questions about Dogecoin. People keep messaging me all this shit. And I'm like, we'll just do an episode about it. Okay. We'll do an episode about Doge versus Bitcoin. Which one do you want to sink your money into? Pike, non-financial advisor. This is not financial advice. We are not financial professionals, but what do you think? Which one will win before you know anything? What do you think?
Boy, my heart tells me it's Bitcoin. Just a little more, I feel, proven success over time. More credible. I know it's the number one cryptocurrency.
Boom.
Dogecoin's a meme fucking currency, kind of a goof. So, yeah, I'm going to go Bitcoin.
Nice. Let's talk about it. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's do a little bit of a deep dive on the old Bitcoin. All right. I don't know if you remember last week. It was a week ago, but I did a little, as I wrote here in my notes, I did a little twisting of inflation's nipples, right? I gave the old razzle dazzle on the inflation topic. I just took it and I just went, right? Inflation's gonna fuck us, right? Like one of these things. And
I didn't, yeah.
I mean, do you remember that? I mean, it was really good.
I don't remember the nipple twisting.
Oh, I just took them both and I just kind of went, kind of ratched them right together, you know?
You know, in junior high, one thing I did to try to be cool was say, hey, you bet you can pinch my nipples and I won't even flinch. Like, what a dumb thing to do. So people would fucking dig in just the way you described, give me these titty twisters, and I would just, like, inside I was crying, but I would just put on this face of, like, super tough. I felt no pain, to the point where somebody's fingernail like dug into my nipple, and to this day it is split in two. Okay, looks like a freaking crab's pincher. It's like two parts to my nipple.
You got crab claw titties?
Titty, just the one
You got
side.
crab claw titty?
Yeah, it's disgusting. All to try to make a
They
friend.
split your nip with their thumbnail.
Mm-hmm. It's very small. It's a tiny nipple. But
You have really
it's
small
split
nipples?
in two. Yep. No, not like weirdly small. I think they're pretty proportionate.
I got like big nipples.
Yeah, that's right. Big nipple guy. I know some big nipple guys that are kind of like self-conscious about it. Do you think about it a lot?
No, I don't give a shit.
Well, look. Yeah, whatever.
There it is.
Look at those things. Oh, yeah. No, it's not that big.
I can't imagine. Nah, I got sensitive nipples apparently. Because I would, dude, no way. Split my nipple? Were you crazy? And you didn't do anything? You didn't flinch at all?
No. That was the thing I did. What a loser.
You know what? I don't think you're a loser. I think you're a goddamn badass. I don't have anything in here, but any sound effects or anything. So I'm just gonna give it Jesus approved. Good job. That's a manly shit right there. Well done.
Yeah. Well, I still do it. I still do it at work and
Just give it a
grocery
little
stores.
twist. Yeah. You're like, don't worry. Now I have actual nerve damage. Well, inflation. I kind of rubbed it like Pike's crab claw titty. So I want to just paint the picture that inflation isn't always bad. And a lot of people are talking inflation right now saying, oh, your money's going to be worth nothing in a couple weeks. Hide the money, invest in other things, which they're not wrong. And a couple weeks is a little ridiculous, but it is brewing. Okay. This is what's happening out there in the world. So I did want to paint a kind of a good side of inflation because there's two sides to the coin. And the good side of inflation comes when it's about Dogecoin. We're going to be talking about inflation versus inflationary coins versus deflationary coins, which is really kind of where the positives lie within Dogecoin compared to Bitcoin. So I'm going to break it down, talk to you about compare them, and then we'll talk about the differences. So we'll start with the similarities. Both are, without a doubt, confusing as shit. So if you are like, oh, Dogecoin, what the fuck is that? I keep hearing about it. Bitcoin. What? How do I get it? What is crypto? I have no idea. So
yeah,
what we end up doing is breaking them down together. And then what we'll do is we'll try to tell you the differences and then you can make your own decision. But remember, Pike says that Bitcoin's going to win in the end without any information. We'll see what he comes back with afterwards. Both of them use what they call proof of work concept to formulate their blockchains. And if you don't know, blockchain is the technology that cryptocurrencies use to essentially prove that the transaction made sense. And I did a whole video on this and it's in the description below. It says watch the crypto video. I explain the blockchain. I kind of explain Doge a little bit and I talk about Bitcoin a little bit. It's all explained in there. So both though use what they call proof of work, POW, proof of work. So essentially what ends up happening is people solve math problems, they get rewarded. I don't want to get into it because it's very confusing. Like I said, they're both confusing as shit, but crypto miners are competing to complete and confirm transactions, kind of like little accountants or auditors that go into the blockchain. And then by doing this math problem, and figuring out what goes into the block before going into the blockchain, they get rewarded. They get a little bit of cash, right? So if you trade crypto on an exchange for someone, or you buy something, or you want to send crypto or whatever, there is minor fees. They call those minor fees, okay? Because those are the people, they're like housekeeping. They're fluffing the pillow. They're making sure the bed's made. They're making sure the room is in order for the next guy to go in and, we all know everyone's rubbing their balls all over everything in that hotel room. So that's what they're doing. They're making sure everything is okay in said room. Does that make sense? I don't want to get too much into it. Like I said, I explained it in the video. Click on the link. It's in the description. Cool?
Yeah. Going back to the acronym POW, which was it? What was that again?
Proof of work.
Yeah, I feel like they could have arranged those letters differently. POW feels a little like off limits. Don't you think?
It's kind of a
prisoner of war. That now we're talking about it in mining cryptocurrency. Think of the families.
Think of the families. Yeah, you know what? You're right. There's a better way to do that. I mean, they could have called it like what about like a powwow or something, like proof of work, but work is like WO. So it's like
powwows,
like a powwow.
Not good either.
Why?
No.
Powwow?
Dude.
No.
That's not, you're not supposed to. You can't say, and I just read a list of things that you should avoid for, to be politically correct. And powwow, you shouldn't be saying at work, let's go powwow on this.
Oh, for God's sake.
Unless you're referring
now too. Shit.
To an actual powwow. Well, it's a important ritual to Native Americans. And so powwow's off limits.
All right. I'm not arguing.
What were some other ones?
Prison of war off limits, powwow off limits. I don't know how else you could do the proof. You know what I mean? Show your proof, that kind of thing.
Well, we'll let it slide.
I don't know. I don't know.
For time's sake.
Let's
let it slide.
Let it slide. Fucking. All right. Got a fucking HR violations going on here. So they both run on the same mechanism to show that they're everything's on the up and up. Okay, so if you're like, oh, Dogecoin, that's a meme cryptocurrency, it's all bullshit. No, it doesn't really matter. Not true. Okay, they're using the same proof of work concepts for the whole thing. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the differences. Bitcoin. Do you know that there's like a limit on Bitcoin? There's only ever going to be 21 million. Okay, right? And then
21 million individual Bitcoins, not valued. Obviously, that changes. 21 million single Bitcoins. Got it.
Correct. 21 million single Bitcoins will go out.
Who owns the most? Do we know?
No, it's anonymous. That's the beauty of the whole thing. So 21 million Bitcoins ever going to be mined. Once that happens, it's done. Then all you have is fractions of single coins going out there for the rest of the time. You know, does that make sense? Right. So
yeah,
currently, as of recording this show, there's 18.7 million Bitcoin mined. And as more and more people keep mining Bitcoin, solving complex math problems, again, I don't want to get into it. It's very confusing. The math problems in order to mine these things keep getting harder and harder and harder, which means more people have to band together to solve this thing, which means they get less and less money. So 18.7 million coin have already been mined. Once 21 million hit, it's done. Dogecoin, there's 129 billion Dogecoin already in circulation, Pike, which is just like fucking wild. There's 18.7 million Bitcoin, 129 billion Doge. It's just like the numbers are just insanely skewed in terms of volume. There's over 14 million Dogecoin mined every single day. Jesus. So there's almost as much Dogecoin mined in a day than there is in total circulation of Bitcoin, which is just like, holy shit, there's a lot of Doge out there.
Well, are the equations just that much easier, or how's that work? Is it like simple addition?
Exactly.
It's like they show you a flashcard.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
2 times 6. Got it. Okay,
Pay me in Doge. Sense. Yeah, it is actually easier to mine Doge than it is to mine Bitcoin. You're absolutely right. And again, I don't want to get down into the specifics of the whole thing, but just the principles of it, because this is what takes us to inflationary versus deflationary in terms of Bitcoin. So what we end up doing is let's focus on Bitcoin for a second, because that's like the big kahuna, right? That's the one where everyone's making money. It's like $1 trillion market cap, the whole thing. Dude, Bitcoin is like as deflationary as it can get. Okay, so what I mean by that is there is a limited supply of Bitcoin, right? We already said there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin ever. So when there's a limited supply of it, it's like gold. You don't want to fucking spend it. You want to hold on to it because you know it's going to be worth more tomorrow than it is today. So you hold on to it like an investment, right? Do you own any Bitcoin?
I own hardly anything. No, I do not own Bitcoin or gold.
Okay.
Or anything.
That's fine. Yeah, I own some Bitcoin. And of course.
When did you get in on the Bitcoin?
I got in on Bitcoin in January is when I finally pulled the trigger on Bitcoin.
I remember you doing that. Yeah, you're like, what the hell? Get in the game.
I got in. And then you know what? Yeah. I made money. And I was like, cool. Am I going to sell right now? No, I'm not going to sell right now. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it because, again, it's a limited supply. I'm not going to be sitting there spending a whole bunch of cash or wasting a whole bunch of cash when I can make more. Plus, by the way, real quick, not a sponsor of the show, but I got a little affiliate link going on there in the description. Pike and I do make a little bit of money on this, but if you want to take your Bitcoin and dump it into something, it's called BlockFi. They do pay you, I think it's like 6% interest if you keep your Bitcoin in their account. And what they're going to do is take your Bitcoin and loan it out to people like a bank loan. But it's called BlockFi. Check it out. The description's down there. Up to 6% interest annually on Bitcoin. So if you're like me and you're just holding Bitcoin and you're not going to spend it, you're just kind of keeping it as an investment, might be something worth checking out. That's what I did with my Bitcoin. I dumped it into BlockFi. So check out the link if you so feel like it. That's in the description below as well. However, so Bitcoin goes up in value because there's a lot less of it every day. More and more is being mined. More and more of it's being divided. The value is going to keep going up. That's the benefit of Bitcoin. That's called deflationary. I don't want to fucking spend it, man, because it's going to be worth more tomorrow than it is today. That's the opposite of what a currency is, though, dude. A currency is supposed to be some kind of transaction between people or services, right? Goods and services. I got to use this. This is something we all agree on that's worth value. I'm going to use it so I can get a good or a service back. Well, what good is a currency if nobody wants to fucking dole it out to people for something? It's kind of the opposite of what a currency is. You just want to hold on to it. So Bitcoin's biggest fault, and this is what Elon Musk pointed out, and he's right, is that it's deflationary to a point, to like a fault. You're like, dude, I don't ever want to get rid of this. This is supposed to be a currency of the future. I'm never letting it go. It's like the people who are going to have Bitcoin, and that's it. Doge, on the other hand, is deflationary, which is like, everyone always talks about, oh, they can create as much Doge as they want. Doge, just out of thin air, just fucking printing Doge. Doesn't matter, blah. Why would you want it? You know what I mean? And they're kind of right. They're kind of wrong, though. And this is where I did some diving on Dogecoin. Technically, there is an unlimited supply of Doge. That's true, but not 100%, because Dogecoin is capped at 5 billion coin per year is allowed to be mined. After that, it's done. So they can only release 5 billion new coin into the market every year. So it's good and bad. One, if you know new Doge is going to be released, you want to spend it now. Because remember, we're going back to this whole thing, right? The time value of money. I remember showing you that equation. It makes our heads want to explode.
Yeah.
This equation right here. This is the equation for like the formula for future value of anything, really. But it's saying essentially your dollar today is worth more than the dollar tomorrow. That's essentially what we're saying. Just like Doge. Your Doge today is worth more than the Doge of tomorrow because it's going to be decreasing in value because more and more of it's getting pumped out there every single year. So what do you want to do? You want to fucking spend it, dude. You want to get rid of it as soon as you can. Really. Once it becomes something, you want to spend Doge because you're like, oh man, well, if I hold on to it forever, it's just going to eventually deteriorate and rot away due to inflation. So that's kind of good for a currency, actually. You want a little bit of inflation so you can go, oh, gotta get rid of this thing now. So it starts circulating, it starts being used as money, and then more get released. Yeah. Also, since more is released every single year, dude, how many stories have come out about Bitcoin? Like, hey, it's on my hard drive and I'm locked out of my hard drive and it's worth $2.2 million and now I'm fucked. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. It's like, they say it's in the billions of dollars of Bitcoin is lost forever because people either forgot about it or it got locked out. It's gone. And you can never get it back because you can't create more Bitcoin.
There's no like, I forgot my password option.
None.
Jesus.
It's gone. If you lose your key, right? They give you a key when you buy crypto. You have a crypto key. If you lose that fucking thing, or if you put it on what they call a cold wallet, which is like a hard drive, and that is encrypted, and you lose the way to decrypt that hard drive, it's gone. It's gone forever. It's not just gone forever for you. It's gone forever for all of Bitcoin. You can never get that back. So terrible. Doge solved that problem by coming out with 5 billion more. That's going to replace the ones that get lost or stolen or locked out of. You got more coming back into circulation. So that's like a win, in my opinion, in the Doge column, for sure. So there is no market cap. They can create 5 billion new Doge every year forever. So technically they can create as many you want, but they are limiting it. And that limit is vital to keeping the inflation rate of Dogecoin super steady. And so this is what's really cool about it. It's like, we always talk about the inflation rate of the US dollar and how that goes down, but it varies, right? Based on the economy. So everyone's talking about like, oh, the fucking inflation rate's going to go bananas because of all the stimulus money they're pumping out. But Doge is steady because it's 5 billion every year, no matter what. $5 billion every year, no matter what. So you can already guess the inflation rate. That's another win for Doge. Dude, I'm starting to lean Doge here. Rewards. So the people that sweep up, right? The maids, the housekeepers, the fucking Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting, who's like sweeping the floor and doing the math on the chalkboard. God damn it. You know what I mean? They're the ones who are keeping the blockchains all good. Dude, once 21 million Bitcoin are mined, the only way those dudes can make money is by basically upkeeping the blockchain. They're not getting any more money from the mining process. So when you're upkeeping the blockchain, you're like, dude, there's fucking better money out there. I'm going to leave. They're worried that people might abandon Bitcoin once 21 million Bitcoin are done because you're not going to have enough power to run the blockchain.
Okay.
So you're like,
so I think the value is going to go down? Like, is that what you're saying?
they don't know. They don't know what's going to happen if all these Bitcoin miners are disincentivized, are they're no longer incentivized to maintain the blockchain. Dude, why would you keep maintaining the blockchain if you're not making as much money? Wouldn't you just go to Dogecoin and start fucking mining Doge over there? You're going to be making more money.
Wow. Yeah, I suppose. So do we have an ETA on this? Because it feels like just hearing the number, we're close.
We're close.
When do they think that's going to happen?
I think it's like by 2030 or something. I could be pulling that on my ass. I don't know.
Well, that's longer than I thought. Okay.
It might be less, but remember, as less and less coins become available, it becomes harder and harder to mine. So it takes longer. So anyway, Doge has that incentive built in because 5 billion are released every year. So people are just going to continue just fucking digging for that gold. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. So what do you think? I've told you the pros and cons. There is a limit, yearly limit to the amount of Doge. Essentially, it doubles. The amount of quantity of Doge will double in about 50 years or so. As 5 billion are released.
Just from hearing what I heard, it feels like as an investor, Bitcoin is still a better option. If Doge is really going to be, losing value. And that's my gut thought.
So you think Doge is going to collapse?
Well, no, I didn't say that.
No,
I don't know. You made it seem like it's like as they put more out every year, that the value is not going to be growing exponentially, even though it already has. It seems like in the last couple months. Yeah.
Yes, this year alone
but do you think
has been just wild.
But do you think now when we get to the end of the year and they put more out, it's going to kind of like peter back down and then climb again next year and then do that over and over?
Dude, I think it depends on a lot of factors. I think if like Coinbase allows you to buy Doge, I think if they make it easier to buy Doge value will go up because more people will buy it. Right now, it's still pretty hard to buy Doge. Like you got to go to like exchanges. I know Robinhood does it, but it's not really Doge. It's weird. And I hate Robinhood. Like Kraken, you could buy Doge on Kraken. But my point is like, I think Doge will get to $1. I think they'll both live equally, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the 21 million Bitcoin mined. How do you keep the miners incentivized to run the blockchain? Fees are going to have to go up. Your miner fees are going to go up, which means it's going to be more expensive to have transactions in Bitcoin, which means you're going to have less people making purchases, which means you're just going to have people just fucking holding it, which is the opposite of what Bitcoin was designed to do, to be an anonymous, free, totally safe and secure currency for the world. So, yeah. So there you go.
So if I had $500 right now to spend for fun, which one would you put it in?
Oh, Bitcoin, no doubt.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not giving you any advice. That's just, I had the opportunity to put money into Doge. I put it into Bitcoin. That's just where my thought process is. You do what you want to do. Do I think Doge will go to $1? I do. I honestly think Doge will eventually get up to $1. I think it's almost it was up over 50 cents. It was at 60 some cents. People were freaking out when it hit a nickel.
So it's flying. So who knows? And at the end of the day, nobody knows. Again, we're not financial professionals, and crypto is pretty speculative anyway as an investment. But I'll tell you what, it is the investment vehicle of this decade, of our lifetime. It's crypto. Crypto is making more people rich faster than any other investment in the history of man. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. You got to wonder, like, is now the time, now that it's at like 40, 50, 60 cents or whatever, even though it's already gone up a ton and you feel like you've already missed out, like is now the time where 10 years from now it's going to be like, remember when it was at 50 cents and you're like, nah, I'm out.
You never know, dude.
It's now, right.
You never know.
All
right, let's get to the news that matters here.
Yes, this is the news that matters. Yes, this is the news that matters. Holy shit.
Hey, so this is again on TikTok, which I'm pretty sure every freaking thing on TikTok is fake, but I'm going to go with it as a real story because this woman is going viral. Okay, here's what happened when her boyfriend, who was having her baby, that's right, a man was having a baby. No, she was having the baby. And she found out that her boyfriend had been having an affair. Okay, so what she did was convinced this mistress that he had died. Okay, so not just like told her that he died, but staged a funeral. So like way above and beyond here.
We got to sell it.
Somehow
that's important. You got to sell.
She's all in on this guy being dead, and so the mistress, being dumb as she is, boy, she's dumb. She believed her. Okay, didn't fact check real hard. Probably just didn't even like the guy that much, but he was dead. So now that was 3 years ago. She's just given a little update, and this mistress still believes it. Like she still is posting on her social medias. Like on the anniversary of his death and all these things about missing him. And yeah, I don't know. Wait, so
did she break up with the dude, right? She's saying the dude died and the mistress thinks that she's telling the truth. Did she stick with the guy?
No, she broke up with him.
So did he leave the mistress as well? This is what, dude, fucking TikTok, everything, man. Everything is... Who's
the guy's
writing
apparently
these
in
articles?
jail. I know. Yeah, the guy's in jail. That's another factoid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's kind of like out of the picture from everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe this. I'm with you on this,
so
dude.
Dumb.
I don't believe any of this.
You've been in the the fucking radio show prep world. It's like every day now there's these stories like more and more unbelievable. And like I get to a point, it's show business, and if you're entertained, you're entertained.
Yeah.
You watch TV shows that are fake, but
Yeah.
still, it's pretty, like, it still annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah, there's not enough real good news stories out there where you don't have to just bite. You know what it is? It's some person on the show prep service just, let's see what's on TikTok, right? And they just fucking scroll, that'll work, and just throw it in the prep sheet. You know what I mean? That's all that is.
Yeah. Only for some guy to read it and need some material for his podcast and go, fuck, let's see what's on the show prep, where a guy just said, let's see what's just on TikTok.
Oh,
it's a chain of events.
Ass trash booty cheeks.
Dude, it's ruining shows everywhere.
I'll tell you who's ruining shows. This fucking Dan Khalid, this guy, go fuck yourself. Here he is. He's chatting with us. He says, do you guys trade crypto? This is during my whole seminar thing about, hey man, this is, look, as I'm sitting there talking about crypto, you're asking if I trade crypto. I'm giving you the whole spiel on Doge and everything. He pops in and says, no one cares, man. Right? Which is kind of funny. I'm on board. And then he goes again. Shut the fuck up, is what he says.
Oh, he's coming in hot. That's well, we've never got any sort of fucking backlash like that.
Yeah, have you ever? Welcome to the show, Dan. All right, you trash bag human, you piece of shit, you lifeless, soulless garbage of a waste of skin, Dan Kahalai, whatever your last name is. You piece of shit. You know what show you tune into? What do you think? You tuned into the show. I named it, okay? It's on the streaming. You clicked into a stream that says Doge versus Bitcoin. Which will win? How much more can I spell it out for you, you piece of trash?
Yeah. Log off, okay? Dan.
Yeah.
Fucking Dan garbage can. Okay? That's what you are.
Oh, and then we finish it with this guy. Oh, look at this. Oh, I love it. Look who comes in, just cleans up the trash. The one and only, what's up, committee member Beerclease here. Good morning, boys. The good old Beerclease. I know,
Good
dude.
morning, boys.
Kicking off the show. He kicks off the show every day or every week now.
I never knew what that name was. I thought it was his actual name, but now that he's typed it, I know it's like a play on Hercules.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm not going to say it makes it less special for me, but I thought Beerclease was a cool name.
Oh, well. You can always name your child Beerclease. Spell it any way you want.
Sure could.
He says, good morning, boys. Morning, boys. All right, that's it for the show. Thank you so much for watching. To everyone except for Dan, who can go fuck himself. Shout out to Beerclease. Shout out to the Lost Cat. Shout out to Boot, who have all been here chilling with us, watching the show. Thank you so much. You watching on YouTube, you get this one early. If you're listening on the podcast, we drop them every single Sunday night, Sunday morning, whatever. It comes out Sunday, so it's locked and loaded for you, ready for your weekday on Monday. If you can, leave us a rating and review, as long as your name isn't Dan Kali. Give us a 5-star rating and leave us a review over there on Apple Podcasts. And if you could, give us a thumbs up right now. Click the thumbs up button over on YouTube and hit subscribe. That always helps out the algorithm and puts people like Dan. I'm sorry, Dan. I know I'm railing hard on you, dude, but you set it up so perfect with your shut the fuck up comments. Lets people like Dan know that the show is sitting there waiting in the algorithm for them. Every time they log on YouTube, they're going to see this face right there. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to switch to Pike. There you go. They're going to see that face sitting there smiling right at him at Pike Taylor Radio on social media. Go ahead, give him a follow. He's a great man. Good human. Lovely nipples. One looks like a crab claw. And I am at Sparks Radio on all social media. Give me a follow if you could. Thank you so much. Beerclease is chatting with us. He says, I don't usually tune in live. I listen to the podcast while I'm at work. Cool. All right. Well, there you go. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. He says 5 stars. Thank you so much. That's it. Any last words, Pike?